Most men have a moment, one they didn't see coming, when the weight of what they've missed finally catches up to them. Mine came one afternoon in the kitchen. My youngest daughter, maybe 3 years old at the time, was helping load the dishwasher. Nothing fancy, just a little girl trying to figure out where the cups and spoons went. But as I stood there watching her, it hit me like a punch in the chest. I don't remember my older two ever doing this. They did, but I wasn't there. In that moment, all the late nights, early mornings, and, just one more, work commitments, were suddenly harder to justify. I realized I had traded memories I can never get back. And when I shared that with my wife later, she reminded me of something I needed to hear. The Lord is a redeemer. He can redeem that time, thankfully. Even if you're carrying more regret than you'd ever like to admit out loud, the truth is, it's never, ever, ever too late to start doing the right thing. Just look at Scripture. Over and over again, you see God meeting people right where they are. Their past failures don't define them. God uses them to build a brighter future. Think about Peter. He promised he'd never abandon Jesus, then denied him 3 times. Yet Jesus didn't push him away. He restored him and trusted him with even more responsibility. Or think about the prodigal son's father in Luke 15. His son wasted years, money gone, future blown, reputation trashed. But his father didn't lecture him. He didn't list out his failures or make him earn his way back. He ran toward him. He welcomed him home. No conditions, no cold distance. Or look at Saul, who became Paul. Before his encounter with Jesus, he wasn't just off track. He was hunting down Christians, tearing apart the very movement God was building. But when Jesus stopped him on that road, everything changed. The same man who tried to destroy the church became one of the greatest missionaries and the writer of much of the New Testament. That's what God can do with a surrendered heart. When I look at these stories, I'm reminded of how patient God really is with us. He never pushes us away, the man who's ready to take a step in the right direction. So if you're carrying regret over the years you can't get back, hear this. Those moments don't get the last word. The Lord can redeem your lost time as well. When you look at these stories like Peter's, Paul's, or the prodigal sons, it's easy to feel encouraged, because God does truly forgive our past and rewrite our future. But there's another side, we have to talk about. Grace is real, but so are consequences. And the longer you wait to change, the more damage you will cause in the meantime. Nothing in life gets better by accident. Think about David, who slept with Bathsheba, and killed her husband, Uriah. God forgave David fully. But, the ripple effects of his choices didn't disappear. Uriah was still dead. Bathsheba carried deep pain she never asked for. Their first child didn't survive. And the peace David once knew slowly unraveled. He wasn't, the steady, humble shepherd boy God, had first called. His choices helped reshape the atmosphere of his entire household. And the same is true today. If you wait another month to be more present at home, that's another month your kids learn to stop expecting your attention. If you keep putting off spiritual leadership, your heart grows a little colder. If you avoid the changes you know you need to make, your marriage absorbs the weight of your delay. This is why it matters that you start now. Not when work slows down, not when life feels easier, not after this next busy season. Those seasons stack up, and before you know it, years have passed. But here's the hope. The moment you decide, I'm not waiting anymore, the future starts to shift. Your home starts to feel different, your priorities begin to realign, and your heart becomes softer, steadier, more aware of the things God has been nudging you toward all along. You can't change yesterday, but you can change your future starting today. So where do you start? Let me walk you through a few simple, concrete places to begin. Number 1, start by owning what you've missed without drowning in shame. Most men either ignore regret or get crushed by it. You don't need to do either. Just acknowledge it before the Lord and, if needed, before your family. right? Something as simple as, hey, I know I haven't always been present as I should be. I'm working on that starting today. You'd be amazed how much trust that builds. Your family doesn't need perfection. They need honesty and movement. Number 2, build one small, meaningful rhythm into your day. Not 10 new habits, not a full life overhaul, just one rhythm that reinforces who you want to become. Maybe that's sitting with your kids at bedtime instead of rushing through it. Maybe it's meeting your wife with a hug and eye contact before you check your phone. Maybe it's taking a 10-minute walk with a child after dinner. Small, consistent moments rebuild connection faster than big, occasional ones. Number 3, create memories you wish you had made earlier. You can't go back when your kids were toddlers, but you can make today meaningful. Make pancakes together on Saturday. Start a goofy family theme night, once a month. Invite your child to run errands with you and talk about life along the way. Plan micro adventures, 15 minutes, just the two of you, no phone in your hand. Memories don't require money or grand gestures. They require presence. Number 4, let your calendar tell the truth. Your schedule always reveals what you value most. So look at your week and ask, where am I making space for the things that matter? Put family time in first, put spiritual time in first. Let work fit around it, not the other way around. This isn't about being irresponsible. It's about being intentional. If you wait for life to hand you free time, you'll wait forever. But if you decide to carve out time, even imperfectly, you'll see real change. Number 5, invite God to grow what you cannot fix alone. You can't muscle your way into a new heart. You can't force relational healing. You can't undo yesterday, but you can ask the Lord to breathe on what feels dead, distant, or delayed. A simple prayer like, Lord, help me show up better today than I did yesterday. Give me eyes to see what I've been missing. He honors prayers like that. He meets you in steps that small. So here's your challenge this week. Choose one relationship where you feel behind and take one intentional step toward it today. Not tomorrow, not when things settle down, today. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be real, because here's the truth. The man you want to become is built in small, consistent moments you choose on purpose. And the life you want to lead, one marked by presence, warmth, and faithfulness, starts with this single step in the right direction. You can't rewrite moments you missed, but by God's grace, you can fill the years ahead with more purpose, depth, and joy than you ever imagined. And it all starts when you decide, I'm not waiting anymore. Subscribe to the Courageous Men podcast so you never miss an episode. Will you share this with a friend who's carrying regret and needs the reminder that God can redeem the lost time and help him to show up now? Start by joining the Courageous Men community. Let's take action. Let's be courageous.